Christ is close beside you, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. Romans 8 verse 28. Life is not all made up of pleasant pastures and cooling streams. Trial and disappointment overtake us, privation comes, we are brought into trying places. Conscience-stricken, we reason that we must have walked far away from God, that if we had walked with him, we should not have suffered so. Doubt and despondency crowd into our hearts, and we say, the Lord has failed us, and we are ill-used. Why does he permit us to suffer thus? He cannot love us. If he did, he would remove the difficulties from our path. He does not always bring us to pleasant places. If he did, in our self-sufficiency he should forget that he is our helper. He longs to manifest himself to us, and to reveal the abundant supplies at our disposal, and he permits trial and disappointment to come to us that we may realize our helplessness, and learn to call upon him for aid. He can cause cooling streams to flow from the flinty rock. When trials come, remember that they are sent for your good. When trials and tribulations come to you, know that they are sent in order that you may receive from the Lord of glory renewed strength and increased humility, so that he may safely bless and support and uphold you. In faith and with the hope that mocketh not ashamed, lay hold of the promises of God. Oh, how good the Lord is to us all, and how safely we may trust him. He calls us his little children. Then let us come to him as to a loving Father. Trust him with all your heart. He will carry you and your burdens. God's love is revealed in all his dealings with his people, and with clear, unclouded eyes, in adversity, in sickness, in disappointment, and in trial we are to behold the light of his glory in the face of Christ and trust to his guiding hand. But too often we grieve his heart by our unbelief. God loves his children, and he longs to see them overcoming the discouragement with which Satan would overpower them. Do not give way to unbelief. Do not magnify your difficulties. Remember the love and power that God has shown in times past. If we take time to be with God, if we commune with him in his word, if we learn to talk with him and listen to him, we will have strength to carry on our journey and complete it. His strength will be ours. We will never have all our questions answered. For now we see only a poor reflection as in a mirror, then we shall see face to face. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 12. Until then it is important for us to learn to live with questions. We cannot avoid these questions. Meanwhile, we are to walk in the light we already have. God gives light to guide those who honestly desire light and truth, but it is not his purpose to remove all cause for questioning and doubt. Faith grows by conflicts with doubts. We shall never know until we are face to face with God, when we shall see as we are seen and know as we are known, how many burdens he has borne for us, and how many burdens he would have been glad to bear, if with childlike faith we had brought them to him. The Lord designs that his people shall be happy, and he opens before us one source of consolation after another, that we may be filled with joy and peace in the midst of our present experience. We are not to wait until we shall get into heaven for brightness and comfort and joy. We are to have them right here in this life. We miss very much because we do not grasp the blessings that may be ours in our afflictions. All our sufferings and sorrows, all our temptations and trials, all our sadness and griefs, all our persecutions and privations, and in short all things, work together for our good. All experiences and circumstances are God's workmen whereby good is brought to us. Let us look at the light behind the cloud. Our happiness comes not from what is around us, but from what is within us, not from what we have, but from what we are. Just when we need him most, He delivers hope, sometimes by the bucketful and sometimes in sliver-sized amounts. There is enough of His goodness to urge us onward, clinging to Him. His strength is much greater than our doubts.